Hello, a very good afternoon to dear students. Myself, Professor Sapna Sharma from Business Administrative Campus, BBSCA Department, Modern College. Okay, fine, students. So, as we people have covered a lot of different topics onto this digital marketing MOOC course. So let me just tell you what we have done into our previous sessions. The very first session we have covered was all about your particular social media marketing. Then the second topic that we people covered was all about the monetization onto social media marketing. Then we have covered about the marketing communication, and then into my last session I was talking about the web analytics so far. So as we all know that yes, we have done a lot of part onto our digital marketing. We have converted a lot of stuffs onto, we have converted approx majority of world from the manual world to the digital world so far. How this digital marketing or this digital world has impacted the life of each and every person. So you cannot say this digital marketing and digital world is only for the people who are techno savvy or who understand the technology. No, this digital world is understandable and it is being majorly used by the people who really don't have any technical background. It has impacted the life of each and every individual in such a manner that you really cannot justify this statement so far. So let us start studying about the brands. Basically, see, digital marketing is a platform where people are doing their particular business, they're enjoying this their particular business, they're selling their product, they're doing a different uh, selling of the products and all. But see, ultimately I am doing any kind of business, so I need to generate a brand also, right? Why we people require the brand? We people require the brand so that everyone should uniquely recognize us. They should easily find us anywhere. See, if I am talking about the web, anyone can find me easily onto the web. Nowadays there is a show, dear student, that is Shark Tank India. So I don't know whether you people see it or not, but yes, I see it because from that particular show I really come to know about the market, about the entrepreneurship, about how the people are using this digital world and how they are changing themselves from manual range to the technical range. Okay, how they are changing their world, how sophisticated they are, they are converting themselves, they are changing their mindset, how they are becoming so experienced, so powerful inside them, right? That is the most important thing that we have to understand so far. So this is what the information, there from that show I came to know how much people, whenever they start any business, so they are not starting the business like that. They do a lot of market research, they do a lot of analytical part, because nowadays your business is not only the manual business, you have to make your business web business. Okay, so you have to make your own name, you have to generate your own brand for it. So before generating your brand, you should understand the fundamental things which are associated with the brands, with the brand buildings and all. Okay, let me just go ahead. Now, what is this brand and how it started? So this brand is not a word, dear student, which actually comes just now. It has this concept was implemented 200 to 300 years ago, where the people thought like there should be some unique, some specifications so far, right? So it was basically branding is a word which came from old Norse brander, meaning to burn. Actually, meaning to burn means what? You are malting something, you're you're doing some twists and turns, and you're doing some kind of uh, things, and you're generating some of this stuff, you're generating some of the new stuff out of it. Okay, So this was all about how it being started. The people came to know there is some uniqueness which they require, right? The people should know them. So in 19th and 20th industrial revolution, if you say, as you people know, you would have studied some history part also, they must know there was a revolution so called as industrial revolution. So in 19th and 20th industrial revolution, it gave a very good concept of radical push. Okay, so since WWII, there has been an explosion of brands which has come to symbolize the convergence of the world economy onto the demand led model rather than command led model. Means now the people have started converting themselves from command to the demand. Means it's not about generating the things, it's about generating at the right time when you really require it. Okay, whenever you feel कि yes, I want this thing, at that time you start generating it. On the demand basis, the things are getting generated, and we started building the things on the basis of like the generation. Not like that. The people were thinking that they should have this, then only the world started generating it. For example, people want to use cars, right? They were thinking that they should have such kind of like uh, uh vehicle which where like 4 to 5 people can sit and can go together at any specific place without like without jumping here and there, without like having such kind of problem. So there was a demand of car. There came a kind of model so called as car. The people found it very interesting. Then there was a demand of car, and then industries started making the cars, right? Fine. The same thing is with other products also. Whatever we people find yes, it is required for our living, then we make it as a demand. We are not making it as a command. So in 19th and 20th industrial revolution, everything which was working as per the command, now it has been converted into the demand model. Okay. Now next is, what is brand basically? Brand is nothing but a kind of idea or a kind of concept that you own inside the mind of the prospect. Means you just have that thing into your mind, you just owe that particular thing, dear student. Just find out ki yes, it is very much suitable for us. It is a kind of like idea. Because every brand, like for example, if I talk about uh, for example, I have Snickers. Snicker itself is a brand. Snicker. When I think about Snicker, when I say Snicker, Snicker is nothing but the footwears, right? It have shoes, it have other type of like things. The wearing the footwear products it is. For example, if I talk about boat itself is a brand. So in whenever I talk about boat, so in my mind boat is nothing but it is giving me such kind of like earphones, earpods, headset, watch, like all the like appliances, or well, not appliances, you can say accessories which are related to your particular phones and all, right? You can understand from brand itself you get a individuality what you're talking about, right? Fine. So that is the most important thing that brand bring into your life. Next is, a brand is differentiator of a product. Like how you will be differentiated among others. Okay, for example, I have a student so called as John. How John is differentiated from others? With the help of its name, with the help of its skill, right? So, with the help of brand, actually we are differentiated among others. We actually understand. We are not getting that similar kind of value. We have different kind of values. So market share is not based on merit but on the power of the brand in the mind. Yes, perfect it is. It is perfectly said. Like market is not depending upon the merits, upon the like high up skills and all. It is totally depending upon your brands that you people are having in your mind. That is, this is a statement which is being said by the AI Rise. Okay, he's himself to, like, put the statement in front of us. Okay, if we find this brand is good, then that brand itself is a good, है कि नहीं? अभी हमारे दिमाग में हमें पता है कि मार्केट में कोई और ब्रांड बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, बट इन आवर माइंड दिस ब्रांड इज गुड, दैट मीन्स वी आर नॉट कंसिडरिंग दैट brand which is on to the topmost position. We are considering the brand which is in our mind is a topmost type of brand, because it is good for me, it is worth for me. If it is worth for me, then obviously it is the most important thing for me. So it involve, like, it has a lot of uh, attributes that make a brand. It is not only a technicality, it is not only the individuality, the intellectuality, but yes, there are some emotional attributes, some equity, some shares, some money. A lot of attribute come together and they try to make a brand. So brand building is very important. So why we people give importance to the brand? Because it provide a biggest value to your products, to your things that you want to put into your the market. It give you a kind of pride, it give you a kind of differentiation, it give you a premium price, it give you the selling options, it attract the customers, it attract the employees, it try to make a good relationship, a high and a very valuable relationship. You try to maintain your customer relationship. So example, BMW, which has the tagline, the ultimate driving machine, as this is one thing everyone experiences. This is the tagline of BMW. So you can understand with the tagline itself, the a different kind of asset, a different kind of mentality arises into our mind. What kind of machine it is? It is giving me a very different type of experience, ultimate type of experience. How come? Because of that brand. Okay, so brand itself is a thing, and along with the brand, the intellectualities which that brand is having. Next, what a brand is not exactly. You cannot mix up few things with your brand. So the very a trademark, no, brand is not at all a trademark. Trademark is a legal properties, dear student. Even brand is not a mission statement that you need to remind. This is a reminder, you can say. Mission statement is a reminder. You always say, "Na, what is your mission? What is your mission?" No. A logo or a slogan? No, your brand is not a logo, not even it is a slogan. Logo and slogans are the signatures basically that identify your organization, your purpose specifically. It is a product or it is a service? No. The product or a service are tangible things which give you some benefit. Advertising? No. Advertisements are being used for delivering a specific message. So you cannot relate your brand with all these things. No, these all things are different and brand is different so far. What is brand then actually? So brand is a point of view. What do you think? It is a strategic point of view, not a select set of marketing activities. It is not a static activity, dear student. It is a kind of dynamic activity, you can say, which changes part to part. It is a customer value. Okay, it is a customer value because brand is associated with the customer. So obviously it is related to your customer. Okay, it is a competitive advantage, means it brings the competition. Okay, it brings the competition just like boat. Okay, as we know that already there are a lot of brands into the market. Okay, which are giving us very good kind of headset, earpods and all, but we people find boat more suitable. That brand is very much something different, it hits our mind. right? So there are already such kind of brands, but we go for the boat brand. So boat itself has created a lot of competition, है ना? And always boat is justifying their competition. That the product the boat brand is having is, it's different, menace, like something very different, something so called as cheap also, and very handy, very smooth. The look wise is also good, everything. It is, you can say brand itself is a engineered, means brand strategy must be engineered into a strategic planning process. You can say that brand is a meaning, it is a logic, or you can say it is an emotion also. Okay, now type, what are the different type of brands, dear student? There are the various type of brands that you have to manipulate yourself. There are product brands, there are service brands, there are e-brands, there are cause brands, there are nation brands, government brands are there, global brands are there, corporate brands. Different brands with different things. So let us see type of branding. So corporate brand means what? Corporate brands are also called as umbrella brands. Okay? So corporate brands actually belong to some company. They belong to some company. They belong to some company's name. So for example, like Danguet. So Danguet include all the products. Means like majority of products are there. So we people use the company's name for recognition of our brand. Then we have product brand. Product brand involve giving each product in a portfolio its own unique brand name. Every product would be having its own brand name. This contrast with corporate branding, in which products in a product line are given a single overarching name, brand name. It's like they will be given the brand name. They will be having their own brand name. Okay, so why product brand name is more specific, and why people use it? The people use it because it give a more identification, more uniqueness to any of the thing, right? Next is service brand. Service brand means what? These will be the areas which are providing the services, just like banks, hotels, travel agent, advertising agencies, right? They are providing the services, and they have their own contact values. They involve their own personal contact levels, right? If we talk about hotels, so we will take a single hotel and we will try to contact that hotel. Okay, and we will try to book the services which are being provided by that hotel itself. So the service brand will be nothing but the services which are being provided by the specific institution, by the specific organizations and all. Next we have government brands. Now what exactly these government brands are? Government brands and political parties often have strong brands as they are centered and passionate core values, right? They have their own level of proficiency and all. Those brands are highly intellectual, highly privatized, like for example, they have their brand values so that they can secure more votes and they can get more kind of like support from the people. So those brand are something very much different. They have their own branding definitions. They do the things for political welfares and all. Cause brands means what? Attempting to attract customer by associating the company with a cause or a purpose that potential customer would find beneficial to them. Means when any customer finds anything, yes, this is good for me. Okay. So for example, if that brand is doing, then customer get attract towards it. Yes, this is beneficial to me. I should use this brand only. I should use this thing only. So they are corely related to those people who are like who are involved into it. They have their own goals, they have their own intellectualities. You have to find them individually. Okay, so basically cause brands are some kind of brands which work for charitable type of organization, non profitable organization, you can say. Those work for the human welfare. They don't have any kind of revenue generation so far. You can take one more example out of it, that is the wildlife preservation. It is also a non-profitable type of organization which where wildlife preservation is hardly being used for the wildlife securing, for the wildlife, only for the animals, specification of for the animals. Now we have the type of brands. So we have global brands, we have e-brands, and more brands are there. That is nation brands. So global brands means what? Use a single corporate brand name. These brands think global but act local to have relevance. Means they are acting like a local. They belong to specific nation, but they serve globally. They talk globally. They provide the services globally, right? Then we have e-brands, dear student. E-brands means what? They are talking about the e-commerce website, the brands which are online based, just like your Amazon, right? Amazon is a kind of brand which is online based. Nation brands means what? Nation brands means they are serving to specific nation, just like tourism companies there, right? Goods and services producing companies are there, right? So those are nothing but your nation brands. Like for example, if I talk about Indian tourism tourism company, so it belong to the nation so called as India, you know. For example, if I talk about spices of India, so those are the goods which are being produced by India itself. Those are known as the nation brands, means they belong to specific nation. Now, there are few steps that you need to think about, five different steps in brand building process. So first is brand assessment. First you need to do the assessment of your brand. Second step is how much promising your brand is. You need to write. You need to ensure that. Third thing is brand blueprint. Means you have a blueprint copy of your brand. Means so that you can do any kind of an updation if there is any requirement. Then you need to culturize it. You have to culturize your brand. Okay, you have to culturize your brand. And last is what advantage you get from that brand. These are the five steps. Okay, brand assessment means what? You have to do both internal and external assessment. Okay, you actually assess. Brand assessment means what? It is a kind of building block that you are doing. Okay, you are just finding out how different my brand is from others. You are doing a differentiation. Next is brand promise. Okay, you are just crafting the brand essence, means presence, how much good it is. You are just making some stories of your brand. You are just showcasing the people how much good your brand is for others. Next, brand blueprint means what? You are just creating the visual representation, that is the look and feel. Okay, you are just making different type of expression, that is physical and visual expression, logo and other things. You give the identity to your brand so far. Okay, just like over here, if you see into this images, see how intellectual they are. If from both these particular images I come to know that this is somehow a brand which belong to the tourism company, right? Then brand culturization, what type of culture my brand is, whether it is an individual brand or whether it is a brand which is working together. Means it is having a scheme of teamwork. It is having the scheme of groupism. We work together to make something possible for you, right? Every brand gives you that. We all work together, we all work hard so that you get a good benefit out of this, right? So you need to tell the culture of your brand also. Then you need to make understandable about the brand advantage, like after creating a brand how much advantage it will give, what type of audience it will be having, what type of relationship it will maintain, will it will grow, and everything about the profit loss, everything you need to tell. Okay, types of branding. So in types of branding we have corporate branding, individual branding and cause branding. Okay, corporate branding means what? You are using, I think so this has been not done. Okay, corporate branding is like, we are using some kind of like, company name for the things. Individual branding means what? Every particular product would be having their own portfolio, every particular product. Okay, then cause branding means, again I think so this is the repeated part, but yes, cause branding means like, they are talking about some kind of like, they have some specific motto, some specific criteria of building that particular brand. Okay, co-brand is there. Co-branding means what? Co-branding means becoming more familiar to the consumer all the time. Means you are more into your customer, into your consumer. You become familiarities with respect to your consumer. So co-branding includes like gas station, banking facilities within grocery stores, like one brand with the another brand. Like, if you go to the grocery store, right? There it is not in, you people have the Paytm and you people have the GPay, right? You pay have PayPal and all, right? All these third party payment applications are also there. That is co-branding. Means within one brand another brand is also attached with it. Rebranding means what? Creating new name, new terms, new symbols, new designings are there, new things are being hold over. Then you have personal branding. Personal branding means what? Where people like, for some people a description of the process whereby people and their career are marked as brand, just like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg, right? Their career has become a brand. They have built their career in such a manner that they have become a brand. Okay, they are itself a brand. Whatever they wear, whatever they say, the way they walk, the way they do anything, that become a brand. Faith brand means what? It is a concept, religious organization, spiritual type of things, the spiritual type of branding. Like for example, ISKCON. ISKCON is a brand, but it is a faith branding basically. It belong to the faith. It belong to some customs, some traditions, some kind of like, God values and all. Okay, so this is all about your branding, dear students. Like, how, see how everything is having a brand. Not a single component, but yes, everything is having a brand. Everything is having such kind of like, intellectuality, some kind of like an importance. And you have to go through those importance and all. Branding play a very tribute role. It give a intellectuality. So you have to understand it so far. If you want to deal up into the digital marketing, then obviously you have to deal with branding also. If you build a brand, then obviously you becomes very differentiated among others. So thank you so very much student for attending this session. See you into the next session with the next topic of the digital marketing. I hope this session would create a little bit of knowledge about the branding and how it is important so far. Thank you.